Hey, Nelson, alcoholic addict. That's not my real name. That is a pen name that I use here at LOL Sober. I took my family to Disney this year on vacation, and my youngest daughter, while we were there, she really wanted a giant beach ball as a souvenir. And she saw some kids who had bought one at a hotel gift shop, and they'd been playing with it in the pool, and she just thought, oh, I want that. But I talked her out of it, and I got her to buy something else, something smaller. And my logic was that I didn't want to have to lug a giant beach ball from Florida back home on an airplane. And I told my wife about it later, and she laughed, and she said, you can deflate beach balls into tiny chunks of rubber that fit easily into a piece of luggage. You know that, right? And the answer is, yeah, I guess I knew that, but it didn't quite dawn on me when I was haggling with my daughter that day. I bring this up because I've been thinking a lot lately about a theory I have about my sobriety, which I like to call the backpack theory. Let me explain the backpack theory. Think about my life as though I get up in the morning and I put on a backpack, and I wear that backpack around all day at all times. It's on my back at all times. When the backpack's empty, I start to forget I even have a backpack on. But that's not usually how it works. I have my backpack on and I start to collect things throughout the day. And I'm talking about frustrations, stuff that I need to do, but I'm procrastinating about, fears that I have about work projects, insecurity about money, insecurity about other stuff, physically, a headache, physical pain, my feet hurt, a difficult conversation I have to have with one of my kids, and so on. These are all things I put into that backpack, and I start collecting them within like 5 seconds of waking up. I'm already off and running about things I'm worried about, things I'm mad about, things I'm scared of, and I start packing them into the backpack in the morning when I wake up. As you can tell, this is a metaphor. It's not a real backpack, but I start packing them into my backpack, and then I strap it on and I start trying to move around that day. And the backpack is obviously a metaphoric backpack. Again, I promise you, I'm not in the kitchen getting my coffee for the morning in underwear and a backpack. But you get what I mean. There's two ways I move through life with my backpack on. Accumulating grudges and irritations and gossip and shit talking people and self-pity and all of that stuff. There's two ways I deal with it. I either pack it all in the backpack all day until I feel like I can't take another step because my backpack is so heavy and burdensome with all that crap. When I do that, I found myself very unbalanced and out of whack. I feel like I'm going to fall down. It is not good. Or the other way is, if I go back to the beach ball story from the beginning, the other way is that I deflate the things and I stuff it into the bottom of the backpack and it exists, but it doesn't weigh me down and it doesn't throw me off balance. It is small. It is not big. And so that's the better way, obviously, right? But I choose option number one sometimes because sometimes I still like to feel like I have the weight of the world on me. Even though it's bullshit. There is something exciting and definitely not boring about having a big bag of stuff that lights your ass on fire. I hate to admit that. I hate to admit that I like to be gossiping and judgmental and have self-pity and be mad about stuff. But I do. I like it sometimes. The problem is it's not a sustainable way to be sober. I cannot have many days like that. In fact, I can't have many chunks of time at all. Like I can't have an entire afternoon or a 3-hour stretch in the evening where I am inflating all of that stuff and putting it in my backpack. I need to deflate that stuff, and I need to deflate it right away. And so the next obvious question is, how do you deflate those things? How do you keep them small and not blow them up? I'd say the single biggest thing I do a lot of days is a mini fourth step. I will take something that's bothering me. I'll write down what it is, what it affects. It's right out of the big book. Pride, ego, insecurity, etc. And then I try to figure out what my role in it. What is my role? What is my side of the street? And sometimes it takes 15 seconds to do all of that. Honestly, it takes 30 seconds. It can be on the back of a napkin or even in my notes app on my phone. It does not have to be a 6-hour meditation on that clown that lives up the street from you in your neighborhood. It can be a 60-second meditation about that clown that lives up the street. Sometimes I don't even formally write it down. I don't even actually take a pen and put it to paper. I had one recently where something was bothering me, and I called 3 sober friends over the course of about a day and a half, and I aired out the situation, what I was feeling, why I thought it was bothering me so much, what my role in it was. And as usual, sometimes people say to me, you're right. You're right to be mad about that. I get it. But it's not right to hang on to it. Like, you got to let it go. Get over it, And so when we talked through what my role was, there was a little bit of that, and I ultimately processed it. And it did not completely go away, but it deflated. If it was a beach ball, it was deflated. I also noticed recently that sometimes a mini fourth step doesn't necessarily completely wipe out the thing bothering me. It does, however, usually suck a huge percentage of the air out of the issue. And if I can have a difficult situation in my life where my head is in a 80% better place, that is a big victory, and I will take it. The rest is manageable. It's not reasonable to think that I can live a life that is 100% free of anything bothersome. It's just, I haven't seen it happen in my life. And so hanging on to that idea is pretty delusional at this point. Like, there's a realism that comes with these things. Like, I can't expect it to just be wiped away completely. So I guess the bottom line I want to ask myself every day is, how much do I want to put in that backpack today? Do I want it stuffed to the point where I'm about to tumble over backwards? Or do I want it to be reasonable? And that's the truth. That I want it to be reasonable. I don't mind if I have some things that are bothering me. I can't supersize them and then put them on my back and carry them around. I won't make it. So that's the bottom line, I guess. Well, I guess one other bottom line, we're thinking about hitting Disney again next year for vacation. And I guess if we do that, I think I owe my daughter a beach ball, and I will not inflate it on the way home. Thanks for letting me share.